Hey, everybody. Good morning over here. Hey, everybody over here. Good. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey. Good morning, everybody. And good morning to the world out there. Good morning, people. All right. First of all, I'd like to say welcome to our visitors here. Those two, welcome back. We love you, and we thank you for coming. So, we hopefully that there will be more visitors to come, but some, some are out of town, like my wife was out on vacation. I'm happy to have her back, so we're happy. So what is this topic today? Who is Joseph? We'll be reading the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verses 1 through 50, chapter, verse 26. And I'm not going to read it all. No. What I will do is I'll touch up on some of the stuff here. Now we'll be jumping in from chapter to chapter, and I'll summarize it. And so that becomes our lesson for today. Okay? So, now, why did I choose? We'll be reading in the Bible. Why? Because number one, you'll notice that the list, it says right here, which Joseph are you going to be talking about? Why did I pick him? Then we'll be doing a Bible reading together. And then we'll be learning what he did. What did he do? And then finally, we'll be talking about what does he have to do with us, Joseph. What did Joseph have to do with us? How are we related to this? Okay, so which Joseph are you going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about, in the name of there are 4 good men, all of them. They all have the same name. So, I myself, since all of those are important men, there's important Joseph. One was married to Jesus' mother, Mary. He was the adoptive father. That one, we'll be talking more about that later. And then third, Joseph was a man of Arimathea. He was buried. Jesus was buried in this Joseph's tomb. He was responsible for putting Jesus' body in that tomb right there. That's the third Joseph. And then the final Joseph became the 12th disciple, who was to replace the evil, wicked Judas Iscariot. But the job went to another man who already named was Matthias. They finally picked him instead of Joseph. So, I picked him because of the timeline. So, there was a timeline that I picked him. Now, this one was almost just like Jesus. So we're going to be looking at the parallels between Joseph and Jesus from Genesis 37 to 50. And you'll see it right there. You'll see Joseph and Jesus. What is the similar name of that? And we'll see that later. Now, You know why? I think that's really on the left. Right there is Joseph, and on the right is Jesus. Why? Because it's almost similar. I'm not going to read it all. I'm just going to pick out, for example, Jesus' father was from heaven. Same. When I preached about Joseph's father, he cared about him too. Another one. God sent Jesus at the same time as Joseph's father sent Joseph to check on his brother. If he had 11 brothers, there. They take care of the sheep and goats. There's a lot that's similar like that. But I will pass out after preaching, okay? But the people in the world, they can contact me if they want a copy of it. All right, so let's all read together. So from the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verses 1 to 2. I'm sorry, 37, 1, all the way to chapter 50 to 26. So we're going to be reading the book of 37, 2. So this story of Jacob's family. Joseph was a young, this is a sign name right there, so we're going to call him Jake. So Joseph was a young man at the age of 17 years old. His job was to take care of the sheep and the goats. Joseph did work with his brothers, his 11 brothers, out in the field. And this name, the son of Bilhah and Zilpah. Bilhah and Zilpah were his father's wife. So the first one was the first wife, and the second one was the second one. So anyway, Joseph told his father about the bad thing that his brothers did out there. He's almost like a tattletale. He tells his father about that. So Joseph was born, as you'll see the time right there. See the picture right there? And look at the brothers all the way down further right. Those are his brothers. And they're like, what's up with Dad? What are they doing? What is he doing to give it to Joseph? He gave him a coat of many colors. And made them jealous. Hey, why not me? Why not me? Brothers around became angry. So our father favored Joseph. What? Come on. The father's name was Jacob. His father Israel was very old. So Israel loved him more than any of his other sons. And guess what? He even gave him a special coat, which was long. And this brother was like, oh, look, what to do? What to do? So let's find out. So when they saw that their father loved Joseph more, they hated their brother. Why? Because of this. So, from then on, they refused to say nice things about him. And I'm pretty sure that you may experience this in the family. I experienced it myself. And so I talked with my dad and hearing brother. I said, well, why not me? Why don't you talk with me? It doesn't matter if I'm deaf. But my mama said, oh, fine. So she said, you talk too much to my older sister. Funny. My mom and my dad don't even know how to sign that time. They don't even know how to sign that time either. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They must communicate with me. I'm becoming jealous myself. Oh, I hated my sister. But you know what? I still love my mama. I still love my daddy. But inside I was angry. I was waiting for dad to talk with my brothers. And then I met my daddy. Daddy! Daddy! I said, yeah, I know. Good boy. I have to go to work. I'm busy now. Bye-bye. Look. It's a communication. So my mama, I want to talk with you. I want to talk with you. Mama said, you talk too much. Go away. Me? I talk too much? Go. Oh, so I talk. You guys talk together a lot of time. Go away. I'm busy. Daddy's busy. Mama's busy. I feel like I hated both of them. I hate them all. But, you know what? Inside my heart, I know that's not me. When I look back, I laugh about it. But, God still blessed me that I am a better person now. But I know when I look back, I can relate to Joseph to the story. Verse 13. Jacob. It's very interesting. Let me explain about Joseph's father. Father's name was Israel. Also had a different name. You see, it said Jacob. He's still the father of Joseph. So anyway, he said to Joseph, go to Shechem. Just go over there. Your brother's up there with my sheep. Go check on them, see if they're doing all right. So, in verse 14, it said, right here, his father says, go and see if your brothers are safe. Then come back and tell me if my sheep are all fine. So, his father was old. He preferred to depend on Joseph as the caretaker. You know, he goes back, he has the energy, he can walk far, report to mom and to his daddy. So, verse 11. So Joseph's father sent him from the valley of Hebron to Shechem. That's where the 11 brothers worked over there. So, I'm going to jump over a little bit. The brother came together with him. And as you can see right here in this picture, they love his brother. They were talking. They were agreeing with each other. They waited. Oh, look, here comes Joseph. That is just the right time. He's going to check on us and tell on us and tell our father about it, how we work. You know, we take care of his sheep. What do? Let's go ahead and capture him. Take away his coat. Hold on to that coat, okay? What do we do with Joseph? We throw him deep down in the pit of the well. There's a pit down there. And then just hold on to that. Take that coat. And what do? They better shred it up, rip it up, and then find an animal and kill it. And take that blood and put it on the coat. And use that coat to take it to their father. And as you can see, down at the bottom, father says, I'm sorry, our brother Joseph died. An animal just killed him. What did the father? Oh, really? Oh, I lost my favorite son. His heart was broken. He was crying. No. You think that coat? Inside, they felt good. Yeah, we got rid of Joseph. Feels so good. Oh, Father, please. I'm so sorry, Father. He died. Animals just killed him. I'm sorry, Father. Oh, he was so depressed. He was crying. What? Before I had 12 boys. Now I only have 11. But more so, what happened? Let's find out. Still on 23. Again, the story will be just like that right there. We'll be jumping, going back and forth, back and forth. So we'll be reading about that. It says right there, when Joseph came to his brothers, they attacked him and tore his long and beautiful coat. As you can see, right there in that picture. And then the next one right there. They captured him. What did they do with the coat? They destroyed it and they used blood to smear it on there. Now, let's read about 28. It says, they saw a strange Mennonite rider or traders, just coming right through. They came by. They said, wait, I have a good idea. So let's get Joseph out of the well and take him to sell. They want to hold that money right there. So the group who rode down that way, all the way down to Egypt. So the traders took him over there to Egypt. So they have business. So when the brothers came through, and they sold him, saying, here, sell it. You want him? You can use our brother as a slave for your slavery. Give us the money. So they got, oh, thank you, bye-bye. Hey, please, help. Bye-bye, brother. 11 brothers don't even care. So what do? They think, oh, you're thinking for no, come on. Bye-bye, go on, go away, brothers. You are gone. What is Father must know everything? No. They let Father must accept all 11 brothers. To be fair. But Daddy's not fair. Alright, I don't care. Bye-bye. And so what do? Joseph. How much they paid him? How much they sold him for? 20 pieces of silver. And they put it in one bag, gave it to the brothers. Alright, Joseph's mine now. Come on, you become our slave. And that they ride on and ride on and ride on and ride on and ride on. So we're going to jump over to chapter 39, verses 16 through 18. So, as we remember, a man used Joseph as a slave, for the governor bought him. And then they put him in jail. While he was in jail, he had different people in there. He had a few people, the governor for wine and the food or different things like that. Helped clean the governor's house, they get it all cleaned up. go inside. As you see this woman right here, the governor's wife. Oh, she saw Joseph, nice young man. Said, come over here. You go take care of my house. Joseph says, what? You want me to clean your house? Take care of your house? Oh, sure. The wife was there. Uh-oh. That wasn't safe. Joseph obeyed what his master had told him. He walked into the governor's house, started to clean, but the governor's wife, she was a beautiful woman. She goes, ooh, Joseph's so handsome. Ooh, hey, come with me, Joseph. What for? What for? Come on with me. Come walk. I want you to have sex with you. No! Boom! She escaped. Uh-oh, guess what? She grabbed him, grabbed his coat. But guess what? Joseph escaped from that. And the governor's wife, what does she do? She held on to that. And the story said, Potiphar, Governor Potiphar, who sent Joseph to jail, where the king's enemies were held, and that is where Joseph remained in prison, where the king's, his enemies, is in that jail. You will stay there and we'll watch you, we'll see how just get along. But look at chapter 40, verses 2 and 3. The king Pharaoh became angry with his baker. And he became angry with his wine server. So, they don't do their job right, they send them to jail. So he puts them in the same prison. Later, the king heard about, Joseph. He liked to pick Joseph instead to become his new wine server. Very interesting. And chapter 41, verse 41, Pharaoh said to Joseph, I now make you governor over all of Egypt. Why? Because Joseph himself went along with the prisoner. He made good friend. He got along with the men who were responsible for everything. He got along with the king. He likes Joseph. Why don't you become a governor? So, that's what he did. So what happened from then? Let's find out. So, Joseph began to serving the king of Egypt. He traveled throughout the country of Egypt. He was curious, where's this one? Where's the brothers? So, in that area, they went from Zoan to Dothan and all the way, and they study, and he decided to go back. Remain faithful as a wine server. He remained faithful as his duty to help the king keep his country, Egypt, at peace. No trouble at all. Joseph, they helped him, not married, did not have children or anything like that. Can you imagine at 17 years old, when the brother had sold him, and now he's at the age of 30, when he became the server for the king of Egypt? for almost 13 years. That's when he took care of the governor's house, and he went to prison. Then he became a wine server, and then he served, and he remained faithful and faithful and faithful and faithful. And then all this, he thought that we, brothers and sisters, should copy like him. Why? Because we need to go to church regularly. And then our life will improve so much better. So you will see in the last of the story, it says right here, because of his Joseph promotion, as he was free to get out, he can have free time, he can go riding, he can go touch some of the country. He tends to travel where? He travels almost close down to the south. So, let's see what happened. Now, in chapter 45, later, the 11th brother were around with the father in their country. You know, the land became so dry. You know, the plant, the food, and everything, they were dying. So what do? They went and visited in Egypt. And Joseph met the brothers. And they didn't realize that's Joseph, our brother. They didn't know that. They said, we need food. What did Joseph say? Joseph looked at them and he studied them. And he could not control himself. He cried in front of them. He cried. But at first he told everybody, please leave. Leave now. You 11 men stay. Man says, uh-oh, what do we do? What do we do? Means we're going to get punished or something? Well, guess what? And the people who left says, please leave, please leave. They heard him. That Joseph was still crying. Why is he crying? Why didn't he tell us to leave? To keep those 11 men in there. Something's going on. They want to find out what's going on in that room. Then Joseph looked at them, and looked at them like I'm looking at you. I got a question for you. He said, how is your father doing? Oh, he's still alive? I said, what? Why is he asking us a personal question like that if our father's doing all right? Why is he interested in our father? Then later, Joseph said, come. What? What do you want? What do you want? Come here. Then brothers got closer and closer and closer and closer. Then it got intense, and Joseph said, hey, you know who I am? Oh, he was crying. He was still crying because he was touched. My real blood brothers, whom you sold me to Egypt. I was a slave back then. Let's find out what happened. He said, now, all 11 brothers, they were afraid. They were like, no, that can't be. We sold you? No, it's hard to believe. They were like, what? And so what did Joseph say to the brothers? Don't be afraid. Come closer. It was God's plan. I'm not going to punish you. No. Really, I thank God for planning this. It was His plan. He made this to happen this way. Brother says, huh? You gotta be crazy. Joseph knew those 11 brothers were hungry in their own home over there in that land. They've lived there for many years and it was dry. There was no food over there. So, guess what? In your country over there, Joseph says he figured out that in 5 more years, they're going to be running out. You will have no more food at all, period. So, God sent me here so that you, ahead of you, so that I can save your people in this country. All of my brothers and my family and the children, animals over there, you come over here to me, you will be safe. Let's find out next. It's not your fault that I was sent here. It was God's plan. I thank God that He is my Father. And I have an earthly father, but God in heaven is my spiritual father. So I thank you for both of them to prepare on how this is happening. And so, today, same thing today, our time, our family, we spend a lot of times with our family. But really, everything is His plan. So it's the same thing with this story here. So now, Joseph said, hey, I became a governor. So, come here. He says, hurry up and go tell my father, please, go. And bring him here and send him this message. Don't delay. Go immediately. As soon as you leave, run. He held Benjamin. Said, go. Let me see my father. And one brother who was baby, they said, oh, he remembers me. So he held back Benjamin. And so he came back. Why? Because if all 11 went, maybe won't come back. So we'll hold. And then later, when they brought back the father, let's see what happens next. Really, more messages. But tell my father I will take care of everything. And plus, have your children and your grandson and your animals, everything. I'll give you a land, and I will take care of everything. Let's find out next. Now, look at this picture right here. The happy ending of this story here. They were both together with the father. I said, really? Joseph's still alive? Really? Why did y'all deceive me for many years? Hurry it up. Okay, let's go. The family was lining up. They were going and travel all the way out there. When they arrived, guess what? Father says, I finally see my son Joseph for 13 years. Oh, I lost my son and now I found him. I found my son. Oh, I miss you. I'm sure the father was thinking, why? Why did my other 11 sons lie to me? But I'm pretty sure the father said, I don't care. I forgive them. I love them all anyway. This is a happy end of the story. Let's see what happened. So, we focus on Joseph. He had faith and he trusted in God. So, what do? He had faith and that he trusted in God. Then, and I hope all of you have the same thing, and I hope all of you trust God by coming to church every Sunday and Wednesday. As we see on C, when trouble came, he was, on B it says, he was honest, pure, and upright. When trouble came, he ran away. You remember that story? Oh, I want Joseph. I want to have sex with him. I want to catch him. Guess what? He did not want that. He ran away. He wanted to save his name because his heart wasn't ready for Seth. And Joseph asked God for help. He always asked God for help. And then he remembered that the Lord was with him. Brother, all around, you know, we all finish taking the Lord's Supper. What is it for? To remember Jesus. Because he died on the cross for you and me. He died for our sins. So, our hearts are clean now. And as we continue faithful with Jesus, and then we'll go and sin no more. And then finally, his thought was encouraged his heart. His thought encouraged his heart and made him wait unexpectedly to see what God would do next. And as you can see, all the way to 17th to 30th, he helped Joseph become a good man. He became a governor. And he saved himself and his family. We can do the same thing. Now, why? What does he have to do with us? You know, look at that word for us all to remember, brothers in Christ. Look. When brothers don't act like brother, you know, all these brothers right here, it says, when brothers don't act like brothers. They don't get along. What do? What should we do? We should all pray to God. That's right. Today, we should be like Joseph and Jesus to have faith, put our trust in God. "24/7, every day, we need to be a good person, a good man, a good servant, a good woman. And you know, we need to be including the sister as well, or the children as well. B, we need to be honest, pure, and upright. Some of you who come here, that's a good person, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, boom! And Sunday come and you repent. We should be faithful every single day. Come to church every Sunday. We do have a few good men and women, but the women and men need to move forward and fight more men. and women to come, because evil comes, we ought to stay away from it. Where does it happen? It happens over there. For example, wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. We should avoid it. Don't go over there or associate with them. Like Joseph and Jesus, we should ask God for help. Like our brother with the fellowship and brothers and sisters, we need to do that. God will help us. How to improve. We must remember that the Lord is with us. And then finally, our thought should encourage our heart and make us wait expectantly to see what God would do next. Then in conclusion, let us, brothers, act like brothers, because God loves us first.